fentanyl seizures are down 30% compared to last year, and that data is coming from the Customs and Border Patrol, CBP. I don't make it up, but fentanyl seizures are down. At your confirmation hearing, you asserted that you will do everything in your power to prevent illegal gun runners in our country. Your budget request for the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, ATF, proposes a cut of 26% below the current level. How can you justify such a massive cut without inevitably weakening ATF's ability to help our state and local law enforcement fight illegal gun trafficking? How many ATF law enforcement officers and industry operations investigators do you anticipate will be lost to attrition as a result of this funding reduction you are proposing?
Today on Capitol Hill, a tense exchange unfolded between lawmakers and Attorney General Pam Bondi during a budget oversight hearing. At the center of the clash, a proposal to slash funding for the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, better known as the ATF, by more than 26%. Before we break this down, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss these deep dives into Washington's most heated debates.
I am a career prosecutor, and I believe in keeping America safe, making America safe. First, what we're doing is ATF is going to be brought over with DEA. Everyone knows, everyone sitting up here, guns and drugs go together. They go together. We're going to make it more efficient. What I will tell you will not be happening is ATF agents will not be knocking on the doors of legal gun owners in the middle of the night asking them about their guns. They're going to be out on the streets. If I can finish, they're going to be out on the streets.
I have three
No,
minutes.
You asked me a question.
I did, and
you asked me a question.
And you
and I'm
haven't
gonna
answered
answer
my
it.
question.
So they're going to be out on the streets working
You haven't
hand in hand
answered
with
my question.
DEA
You
to
haven't
violate.
answered. Mr. Chairman, I'd like an answer to my question. And the question is not being answered. How many ATF law enforcement officers and industry operations investigators do you anticipate will be lost to attrition as a result of the funding reduction you are proposing? You are proposing a 26% cut to ATF for fiscal year 2026, as well as a 4.4% cut to DEA. So you're going to merge the two agencies together, and then you're going to shortchange their resources, so neither one of them will be able to do the job that they have been designed to do. You've got a 34% cut to the high-intensity drug trafficking areas program, no dedicated money at all for the Organized Crime Drug Enforcement Task Force. So, my view, it's fair to say that the Trump administration proposal shortchanges federal efforts to stop illegal gun trafficking and federal efforts to stop the flow of dangerous illegal drugs like fentanyl.
As I was attempting to answer your question very calmly, unlike you,
Excuse me, Madam
saying,
Attorney General. Answer yes or no. Tell me what the numbers are. I don't want to hear all of your filibuster about this. Go ahead, please. Tell us the numbers.
So we are reorganizing. ATF agents want to be out on the street.
Okay,
working
let me answer
DEA
the question for you.
agents.
I'm going to answer it for you. Page, Mr. Chairman, you give me a certain amount of time, and I have a high respect for you, but I don't have to listen, nor do my colleagues have to listen to a filibuster when it's a simple question. But I have an answer to your question. It's page 146 of the department's fiscal year 2026 budget, and the performance summary explicitly says, and let me quote, ATF will eliminate 541 industry operation investigators, reducing ATF's capacity to regulate the firearms and explosive industries by approximately 40% in fiscal year 2026. ATF will perform fewer regulatory inspections. And the department summary goes on to say, and let me quote, ATF anticipates a reduction of approximately 284 support personnel and 186 agents based on historical attrition patterns, and these personnel cuts will impact ATF across various functions, unquote. If the capacity to regulate firearms industry is reduced by 40%, if you are losing 186 ATF law enforcement agents on top of that, it is clear the direction you are headed with this budget. And that's what it is, isn't it? The proposal will weaken our ability to stop gun trafficking, and it will greatly reduce ATF support for state and local law enforcement that helps them prevent and solve violent crimes. It's a bad proposal.
Do you want to hear my answer in 3 seconds? You mentioned regulatory functions. We will not be having ATF agents go to the doors of gun owners in the middle of the night asking them about their guns, period. They will be out on the streets with DEA, guns and
How
drugs
many
go
are
together.
gone?
We are not, it will be attrition. We are not firing agents. They
Who are-
will be working
how many
with
have taken
DEA.
attrition?
Can I tell you that they all want to be on the streets? They want to be doing their jobs. They want to be
But you're getting them
seizing
off the
guns.
streets.
They
You're
want
getting
to.
them
We're
off the
putting
streets.
them on the streets. They want to be working with DEA.
You are getting them off
We
the
will be
streets. There is no
efficient.
clear, and Mr.
We will
Chairman,
be
I yield back my
efficient.
time. I yield back my time. Let's get some answers here.
One lawmaker pressed Bondi hard, pointing out that the administration's budget would cut hundreds of ATF positions. According to official documents, the cuts would eliminate 541 industry operations investigators, reduce the agency's regulatory capacity by 40%, and shrink the force by 186 law enforcement agents. Bondi pushed back, saying agents would not be knocking on the doors of lawful gun owners. Instead, she argued they would be out on the streets working with the DEA to tackle the intersection of guns and drugs. But critics say the numbers do not lie. Fewer investigators and fewer agents mean fewer resources to fight trafficking. If you find this coverage helpful, do not forget to subscribe to more fact-based breakdowns like this. This is about more than budget math. ATF plays a key role in investigating gun trafficking and supporting local police in solving violent crimes. Cutting staff and regulatory oversight could mean fewer inspections of gun dealers, less enforcement against illegal trafficking, and weaker collaboration with state and local law enforcement. At the same time, the administration is also proposing a 4.4% cut to the DEA and even deeper reductions to anti-drug programs, including a 34% cut to the High-Intensity Drug Trafficking Areas Initiative. That raises the question: if both agencies are being cut, how can they be expected to do more with less? Stick with us by subscribing, and we will continue covering how these policy choices could impact communities across the country. The hearing grew heated when lawmakers accused the Attorney General of filibustering instead of answering direct questions about job losses. Bondi repeated that no agents were being fired, but rather lost through attrition, and insisted the reorganization would make both ATF and DEA more efficient. Still, members of Congress highlighted that attrition means fewer agents on the ground. Critics argue that it is effectively a rollback in federal capacity to fight gun violence and drug trafficking, two crises that remain at the forefront of public concern. For more coverage like this, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you do not miss the next update from Capitol Hill. At the end of the day, this fight is not just about line items in a budget. It is about the balance between federal oversight, public safety, and the administration's approach to law enforcement priorities. Whether this budget passes or is rewritten by Congress will determine how much firepower agencies like ATF and DEA have in the years ahead. Thanks for watching. Do not forget, hit subscribe, like the video if you found it informative, and share your thoughts in the comments below.